You're early. You're early, Luke. That's what it was. Sorry, I'm actually a little bit late, guys. My name's Casper Jones. I handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards. You're watching Days with Casper. Today we're going to load up some presses, glue some boards by hand, talk about the trip we just went on, and we'll be shaping some boards in the other room until I run out of time. So then I rigged up a tripod so I can actually charge my phone while the live is going on. So that's pretty exciting. So let's hope we don't have any issues with the live here today. Fingers crossed. What's up, Ashley? Thanks for tuning in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the long press here. I've already pulled the layups. So I'm going to start the live off explaining some things that I'm probably going to re-explain over and over again. If you're not familiar with this, I'm making skateboards for Life Skateboards. If you want one of your own, just go to lifeskateboard.com and get one of your own. All right, so inside of your skateboard, you've got your standard skateboard at least. You've got 7 plies of maple. You've got a vertical grain called a face. Another vertical grain called a core. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be pretty. And then a horizontal grain called a crossband. So you've got face, core, crossband, core, crossband, core, and face. And that gets all glued together to make your skateboard. What's up, Bobby? Hey, Bobby, put your channel in the chat so people can look it up. I saw you and the kiddos started a channel. I'm going to have to check it out when I get some time later today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And if you didn't notice, we got monetization back on here. So I should be able to accept everything here, I think. Now remember, if I'm gluing boards and you buy a super chat, make sure that you put in the notes there what you want me to write on the board, and I'll put it inside the skateboard. Only you, me, and the people who are watching are going to know. All right, let's get the glue ready here, and we're going to get started. Ooh, so we had a great weekend. We went over to Columbia Station. Expect a full video from that trip. Huge thank you to Johnny Burley for filming everything. Luke killed it. If you head over to Bam Margera's page right now, I sent a clip of Luke in the lagoon over to Bam, and he went ahead and posted it. Both, Chris. Both. Ooh. But that was pretty neat. The place we went to is the lagoon. Go check out the Fireball Farm on YouTube. Jim will be posting there quite a bit. Oh, from Ukraine. Thanks for tuning in, bud. It's really cool to hear that people are watching from all over the world. Now, give me 1 second here, guys. I gotta check something. I'll be right back. Bear with me. Share this for me, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. Had to check. My monetization got turned off, so I had to check some stuff there real quick. But we went out to Columbia Station, Ohio, to hang out with Jim, who's going to be running the Fireball Farm on YouTube. Jim has an amazing CNC cut bowl, a 5 foot to 7 foot, wrapped in diamond grind coping with ramp tape plates around it. It's an amazing bowl. It's so perfect, it feels like concrete. It's also got a skate museum there, and Jim runs a pyrotechnics business called Phoenix Pyrotechnics. We got invited to a private party out that way that it started off with a dirt track and a dirt jump track, 4-wheelers, dirt bikes, side-by-sides, all kinds of fun stuff. And then we cleared the track. Johnny drove his SRT around the track, which was super fun. And then we cleared the track again, and Jim's crew threw one of the biggest fireworks shows I've ever seen. It was awesome. So expect a really long video from that trip. I attached an Insta360 to the front of some of the guys that were riding dirt bikes around. Attached one to the front of the side-by-side. We got some, I'm not sure how YouTube treats things that go bang, but got to shoot some really cool stuff while we were out there. Hi there, Holt. I'm a no. That's gonna be a no. Lou, that's exactly how I answered him too. I am both. Don't you worry. Oh, thank you, Dr. Gradle. This is a hat from Low Carb. They've got several versions of this if you want to look it up. Yeah, that's what I thought, because there's a pretty big channel down the road, so I just have no clue how the rules work. I mean, obviously, we were very, very careful with safety, but got to shoot some really cool stuff. An old Luger, Beretta, and this really cool Soviet rifle. But be safe with everything, guys. That was really cool. We're gonna have some good footage of all that. Can't wait to get to editing that right now. Sorry, what I'm doing over here is I am gluing up the ends of the boards in between each one. I'm taping up the ends of the boards so they don't slide around in the press. We're gonna glue 4 of these up and then load up the press. Yes, sir, Ryan. This will make a skateboard. Some of the best skateboards you've ever rode. And if you want one of your own, go to lifeskateboard.com. Oh, thank you, John. So John bought a super. And I'm going to write, John is rad, inside of the skateboard. Thanks, dude. I honestly think you just pushed me over the withdrawal limit. So thank you, bud. No, Ryan, we generally get our veneer dyed. Right now we're just stocking up on all natural. But our veneer comes already dyed. Any extra work for the glue doesn't really make sense because you don't really see the glue lines. You just see plies meeting each other on the sides of the boards. I'll show you that process in a little bit here. Hey, thank you, Mossy. Yeah, that AdSense thing was scary. I'm new to this whole YouTube thing, so I'm really glad they let me switch it over from business to individual for now. Now I'm having problems with my home internet, but we're gonna try to figure that out. Xfinity's been jerking me around, but we'll figure it out. We will have Wi-Fi in the shop here soon, so all those days where the lives are jumping around and doing dumb stuff, those will be over very soon. Getting some more glue over here. Hey, thanks for tuning in from Cape Cod, Justin. Cheat wood. That's a strange thing to say there, bud. No clue what you're talking about. Thank you, Mossy. From Pennsylvania, I was just out there about, what was that, a month and a half ago? Maybe a month ago? I don't know, time is an illusion. I'm making skateboards, Lewis. Watch this. I'm so confused what you're trying to say there, lad. From Germany, we got people watching from all over the world. Well, welcome to the channel, guys. I'm going to reintroduce myself since it looks like there's a bunch of new people on here. My name's Casper Jones. I handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards. You can get one of your own at lifeskateboard.com. We've got over 77 shapes to choose from on the website. Ooh, if you go to the website, check it out, and have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm here for it. I don't know how much a mold costs, bud. Not much, Nick. Mark, we do all kinds of boards. So everything from 775 popsicles all the way up to a ridiculous 14 5-inch board. Every shape in between. I'd suggest checking out our website. We have boards that are based on the years that they're from. We've got boards based on other shapes. Some were customer requests that we made templates from. Here you go. Everything on the wall here are finished decks. And when we get in the shaping room, you'll see all the templates for all the shapes. No, Carter, we're not, but you can definitely help this business do really well by buying a skateboard. Just go to lifeskateboard.com and get a life. Because then when you get one, you can tell all your friends to get a life, and you're not insulting them. You just want them to have a good skateboard. So I'm rolling the glue by hand here for a reason. We roll the glue by hand on every deck to ensure full glue coverage on every side of every ply inside your skateboard. Glue machine misses both faces, and we want to guarantee against delam, so we do not do that. Thank you, guys. All right, I'm going to tape up these ends again, and then we got 2 more to glue up, and then we'll load them in the press, glue up 4 more, and then I've got several stacks of boards in the other room for me to shape. We might even get blessed with Sam Koch in the chat here. Sam is the owner and operator of Life Skateboards. He's the guy that started this and made it so I'd be working my dream job. He cuts all the templates and cuts the shapes out. Well, Omar, guess what? You're going to watch the difference between factory board making and craft board making. For example, I'm sure on there you watched a glue machine. And as I just said, glue machines are going to miss both faces on the board, and we want to give you full glue coverage. The other difference is you're going to see a bunch of boards in the same mold in a lot of factories. We don't like to do that because we want the concave to stay consistent across everything. And the biggest difference between us and a lot of the industry is our graphic application process. So the majority of the industry uses heat transfers. If you're not familiar with that is, basically a heat roller that the board gets rolled through and then a graphic gets applied that way. Pretty common sense. Heat weakens the bond between wood and glue. So even though that's easy, we don't think that it's a good idea to pass on the damage that production does to the board to the customer. So here at Life Skateboards, we commission mainly Ben Blakely, but local artists to hand carve linoleum blocks, and then we apply all of our graphics by hand. You can check our graphics out on the website. You can check the Instagram, that's Life Skateboard 1010, for finished decks and finished graphics. If you scroll through my shorts, I'm sure you'll find one. We are located in New Palestine, Indiana. The shop was originally in Muncie, Indiana. Now we're about 20 minutes east of Indianapolis, which is where I live. So as I just said, we use hand-carved linoleum blocks for our graphics. So as far as you mean custom, we can roll backgrounds, move those blocks around, apply them differently. But if you're talking about a photorealistic image, no, we don't do that. And the companies that do that use a heat transfer. If we were to do that, it would be commissioning an artist just for your art. So that would be pretty expensive for one board, you know what I mean? How many layers per skateboard? It's 7 standard. Our youths come as a 6, but you can order a 6-ply or an 8-ply, whatever you want. You just go to lifeskateboard.com. It's pretty customizable. Yeah, if you guys, like Bobby said, if you buy a super chat, make sure you put a note on there for me to write inside of here. I'll Sharpie it in there. We'll know your name is inside of somebody's skateboard. They'll never know unless they're watching this live. What's the price point of that custom board? That's silly. Prices, $70 for a popsicle, basic popsicle. You can make it way more expensive with like wheel wells and stuff like that. But $70 for popsicle. Shapes go up from there. $79 for some of the twins and footballs. The bigger boards get expensive, but competitive. And our really wide boards have a really good concave that doesn't feel like an accident like those other companies. The thickness of the plies is 1/16 inch on the straight plies and 1/20th on the crossbands. Now, if your next question is why, that's just what Sam decided on. Ooh. All right, taping this up, and then we got one more to go before we load up the press and move on to the next one. Nation, you can grab yourself a Sharpie and do whatever the hell you want, you know what I mean? KF is a silly one. You can scroll back about 30 seconds and answer that question. And don't forget, guys, if you like what you're watching, double tap the screen for me so YouTube knows it. Oh, if you want to buy supers, just make sure you put a note on there so I know what I'm writing inside of the skateboard for you. And make sure you hit that bell for me, turn on notifications. I do not have a live schedule, so. Sure do. Sure does. My new shape is amazing. I've loved it. Thank you for that question. So I've recently designed my new signature model. It's been the third version of my signature model. I really like it. I toned it down so it would fit inside of a standard press, but kept some of the curves that I planned to keep grabs ergonomic. I gave it a knuckle nose and rounded off the fishtail with a popsicle tail. I really like it. I'm getting a lot of my tricks back that I haven't had since I broke my leg, which is really exciting. If you want that new signature shape, you just go on the website, go to the signature section, and order the Casper signature. The one on the website is not what you'll get right now. We are updating the website. You will get the new shape, which I can probably grab one. It's raining outside, so I don't really want to bring my rider in here, but I posted a picture to my page of all those boards. Thank you, Warp Show. Handrails are scary because they're scary. Give me 1 second here, guys. I for sure thought I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I did not. Whoops. Absolutely, Wesley. Yeah, after this one's glued up, you'll see me put it in the press. And then you'll see me raise the jacks by hand. These jacks were hooked up as pneumatic jacks when we were in Muncie, but we just haven't hooked the compressor up and boards got to get made. So you'll be seeing me raise both the jacks. We'll look close at the squeeze out and then we'll hop over to the standard press. And don't forget, guys, double tap that screen for me. Share this with your friends if you like it. Send it to your mom, send it to your grandma. Who knows? Maybe she wants to skateboard. Thank you, Kit. It is really nice. The money bumps on there really help. I like that. Just kind of accentuates the concave really well. And the tighter concave has been really helpful for me. And I'm real excited to get it. I got another package again from DKO Grip Tape. So I'm pretty hooked up on that. And now my boards only take one sheet of DKO, which I'm sure they're happy about. All right, let me tape this up and then I'll drag you guys over to the press and we'll get pressing. While I'm pressing, I apologize that I'm not going to be watching the chat too much. Remember guys, I am at work, so I got a job to do, but I do love showing it to you. All right, we taped up the ends. Now we'll drag you guys over here. Oh, Eliza, you can definitely test one. You just go to lifeskateboard.com and you buy a skateboard. We've been making boards since 2012, so our testing is pretty good. All right, so here is the long press here. We have another press with the same concave but shorter wheelbase. This is what we'll be loading up today. I'm going to throw a plastic separator in there. This just prevents glue from getting on the mold itself. Throw that in there. You're going to watch me double check alignment all the time here. When I put that last piece of the mold in, it is going to knock the alignment out of place again. So the alignment is extremely important in this process. The boards aren't aligned properly. They won't get pressed properly. And then they won't be good skateboards. And we only make good skateboards here at Life Skateboard. All right, we're gonna throw this center mold in here. Line that up. So we don't like to put more than 3 in at a time inside of the molds themselves. So that way I can get 4 in here. Right now I'm just going to put 2 on this one and 2 on the other to get 4 in. All right. Slide this in there. Then we'll throw those other 2 in. And I'm going to throw the upper mold in. And don't forget guys, you can get one of these boards of your own at lifeskateboard.com. And if you don't want to take my word for how good they are, just go ahead to Google, check us out, look up Life Skateboards, check out our reviews. The only negative ones are somebody that doesn't understand we're a board manufacturer and wanted to know why we didn't have ours, and another person that complained about our deep concave that we're really, really proud of. So I went ahead and quoted that review for an ad at one point. Don't really think that one holds much water. All right, so now it's time to fit this guy in here. So this is definitely going to knock the press out of alignment a little bit. It's a little bit of a tight fit here. I swear one of these days I'm going to put this one in. It's not going to knock it out of alignment, and all that early alignment won't be for naught. Now to align these upper molds. If you're wondering what this upper piece is, we also have a youth mold. So this has our great steep concave, but it's got shorter wheelbases for the kiddos. We also fit our mellow mold up here sometimes. All right, let me grab my sticks and we are good to go. All right. Chris, I'm a little confused by your question there. These plastic separators are specifically to separate the boards themselves and the boards from the press. Makes them just easier to pull apart at the end of the process here. I don't think he knows what you're doing. I'm sorry, my 4 doges? Is that what you said? Yeah, Brian, we did. Sorry about having to cut the live stream in Cleveland. That sucked. But we were out in the middle of nowhere. I really wanted to live stream the fireworks show. But that did not go as planned. All right. I'm so confused. My 4 doges. What were you asking? You can clarify though. It's all right. All right. And since we don't have the pneumatic jacks, I just go until it holds my body weight. So there we go. There's 4 in the press right there. And here's a bunch of finished boards in case you guys were curious. And before I start the next one, here is the shaping room. These are all templates of all of our shapes here. Pretty stoked on that. You'll see an awesome one. Thank you, John. These are the stacks that we'll be doing later today, including a longboard, which is fun. And looks like another one of my signature shape right there. This is Life Skateboards. Sorry, if you want one of these boards, go to lifeskateboard.com. Also, thank you, John. Wesley Sniper. They go in the press for 24 hours and then they cure for 7 days. Sorry it's shaky. The top of this tripod sucks. But yeah, they cure for 7 days before the shape is cut out, but they're under pressure for 24 hours here at Life Skateboards. Bye-bye, troll. You know it. All right, now we're going to go over to the standard press. So that's anything 925 and below. That press we just did goes all the way up to 1175, and then we have a press that goes up to 14.5. Don't forget, guys, if you like what you're watching, double tap the screen for me. You all have your first 6 set? Heck yeah. Oh, don't worry, Andrew. We got a 14.5 too. We make everything you want and then stuff that you're not sure that you wanted until you saw it. (14.1) wheelbase, 14.1 width. Perfect. You're just skating a circle, right? 725 is old school, depending on who you are. Remember, skateboarding's been around long enough to go through several different phases of trends for sizes and things like that. A lot of it influenced by the industry as far as what's easier to create. There you go, Tina. Can you build boards all on your own? I mean, there are ways to do it. If you wanted to do some DIY stuff, like in your garage or something, you just need some of the proper tools for shaping, make a template, or I mean, you can jigsaw out shapes. But if you weren't making consistent ones, you're gonna want a template. And then there's other processes besides this one to press boards, like vacuum sealing, stuff like that. Obviously, that's not efficient for making boards for customers and things like that. But if you want to take a crack at it on your own, there you go. There you go, Andrew. I'm actually recovering from a weird knee injury at the moment, Walt. I'm not going to be skating for a couple of days. I'm not sure what happened. We went out to Crooked River And as I walked out of the park, it was like my knee just gave out. It was weird. But I'm doing some PT to fix that, and I'll be back on a board in a couple days. I never let injuries keep me down for too long. My thoughts on the Andy Anderson board are you should go to our website and check out the Life Skateboards mid-twin. That should tell you my thoughts on it. Yeah, definitely gotta let my body heal. Like at the moment, it's not too bad. I was limping pretty bad yesterday, but even though I'm feeling good today, I'm gonna give it another day or two just to make sure I'm not messing anything up too bad. You use Peralta solid wood decks. You mean the ones that are made in China or the ones that are made at Skate One warehouse? Because unless it's a flight deck, it's made in China. All right. And moving forward, grabbing another 7 plies of maple here. Yes, Andrew, Canadian maple. So it's actually a little more accurate to say Great Lakes and Canadian maple. While the majority of really good maple comes from Canada, some of it does come from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. The reason you want Canadian or Upper Peninsula maple is because you want something with long winters, slow growth, because that creates tight grains. So you get a very malleable yet strong wood that's not too porous. Maple's the best wood to use for skateboards because it is malleable and strong. It's a good question, Andrew. Oh, I'm sorry, Dakota. I didn't mean to miss your question. This is Type Bond 2, in case you're wondering. There you go, Andy. If we all learn something every day, then we can go to sleep knowing we were smarter than when we woke up, right? That was really dumb, but I hope it made you happy. That was a nice little word salad that came out of my mouth there. Sorry about that. I don't know. They might be Snuffles. I haven't fought any of them recently, so I wouldn't know. I haven't arm wrestled anybody from the Upper Peninsula in a while. Nice, Johnny. So, in skateboarding, everything's preference. I personally like the feel of an all-wood construction board. We do have a different process than the majority of the industry, which gives us quite a bit more strength with an all-wood construction deck. My issue with fiberglass decks is the dangerous razor tail that you get. I had a pretty gnarly razor tail injury that scared me of razor tail quite a bit. I tried the fiberglass boards when I was really young. I think it was the Uber Light, I think it was what it was, from Almost. Put my foot through the center of it and the little plate left splinters in my leg. Didn't like that one. Yeah, sweaty. There we go. Ew, fiberglass. Around here we huff sawdust, not fiberglass. Waltz, I think you misunderstood me. I said if they're not flight decks, or they're special edition decks, then they're made by their partners in China. And I have a lot of respect for Powell because they offer a cheaper board and their better board. Obviously, they're cashing in on some reissues right now. That's just how they do. But They're actually pretty honest about where their boards come from, which is pretty rare in the skateboarding industry. No, you cannot get one skateboard for free, but you can get a Life Skateboard for the price of a Life Skateboard. Just go to lifeskateboard.com and get a Life Skateboard. All right, I'm going to tape this one up. We got 2 more to glue up, and then we're going to load these in the press. I'm going to put my hair up, and it's on to shaping. Don't forget to double tap that screen for me, guys. Let YouTube know you like what you're watching. All right, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Well, the thing I like about Life Skateboards is people buy them. Buy a life board, Walt. Have you bought one yet? You've been in all these lives watching them. You bought one yet? Ooh. Little tired though, guys. It's been a long weekend. Long weekend and long day of yelling at people in customer service. There you go, Waltz. I promise you won't regret it. And then I'll stop yelling at you to get a life and just hand over the responsibility to you to yell at all your friends to go get a life. There we go. Andrew, I don't know. That's a good question. I really like 540 bonelesses and transition. I really like layback air burials and finger flips, Miller flips, weird flat ground tricks or like fizzle flips. I've really been liking fakie frontside flips lately. Barley grinds. I don't know. Best is such a hard question. That's the reason I don't judge my own contests. When I throw a contest, I do not want to judge because best is so hard to describe for me personally because I just appreciate so many different types of skateboarding. Yeah, good no comply is very underrated, Sweaty Freddy. That's the truth right there. You know who had the best 360 no complies I've ever seen? Was Ray Barbie. Have you ever seen the clip of him doing a 360 no comply where the board is straight vertical against his leg on flat? Love it. Love it. Mine are not like that. I do stay on the board. Bailing hurts. If you bail, it hurts. It feels a lot better to roll away. Now, doesn't it, guys? Creating a hole in my... Here we go. This will work. I gotta create a hole in the glue, and I'll use my handy dandy giant pocket knife here to do that. There we go. The glue wasn't flowing, so we had to make it flow. Oh, that's super strange. So there's this thing called shorts and full videos if you'd like to go and watch me skateboard instead of sit there and talk poop, buddy. Goofy, Mongo, what's your opinion? One of those is a stance and one of those is pushing. So my opinion is you might not know what you're talking about, but I'm here to teach you things. Love you, Shell. Thanks for coming into the live. Shell is, so I volunteer with a nonprofit called Skate Park Respect, taking care of the local skate park, working on it, and Shell helps me out a lot with that. She's my Skate Park Respect ambassador partner. Absolutely love it. Thank you. Andrew, so growing up, I didn't skate with people except for one person that skated goofy. So I pushed very wrong. I wouldn't even describe it as Mongo. It was just stupid. And then for a little bit, I did downhill longboarding. Try putting your foot down Mongo downhill longboarding. You'll die. So I had to fix that real quick. But because of that, it made it so my switch push is a lot better. As far as like the downsides to pushing Mongo, the only issue would probably be throwing down. It's a little hard to set that front foot up quickly when it's the second thing you put on your board. But other than that, I don't care. It's a toy. Have fun with it however you want to. Everybody drops in Mongo. Bet you never thought about that. Did that go quicker than I thought? No. Ah! I said it just out of you and I didn't know. There you go, Samson. Oh, Waltz, it's definitely a toy. Take it from the guy that makes them. This is a wooden toy. Let's listen to Grasso. This is a stupid wooden toy. Yes, we love it. Yes, we get therapy out of it. You don't get therapy out of this thing. You get therapy out of the activity with it. I like to remind people it's a toy to not take it seriously here. I mean, I do this day in, day out. Every part of my life is skateboarding. And I will still call this a toy. Because you don't have to take it seriously. It's something for fun and something personal and something for you. I do remember Alien Workshop. I think everyone that skates does. Oh yeah, John. I mean, that's a great sentiment. Someone will always be telling you that your skateboarding's wrong. And when I was young, I watched an interview with Mike V. They kind of set the tone for me of like hey, I'm going to skate how the fuck I want to. And if somebody has a problem with something I'm doing, I'm just going to focus on getting that thing better. So, for example, I really liked early grabs for a while. Somebody talked shit on it. So now I made sure I have every tweak and early grab I can do. And late grabs. So, you boost a early grab front sider and then hit another late grab front sider in the same line. Tailbone it. Tailbone to tuck knee. All that fun stuff. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Veriflex was your first board? That's cool. So, like I said, I'm going to be editing a video from the trip to Cleveland from this weekend. And part of that is going through the skateboarding museum right outside of the lagoon. There's tons of Veriflex completes in there. Some old Vision completes. Every set of trucks you can imagine. He's got a set of Z-rollers in the bag. In the bag, guys. If you've never seen Z-rollers, go look them up right now. That was before we understood how wax and grinding worked. So it was like a rolling piece on the hanger. No, I was not alive for that. I'm just fascinated with that time period. Hi there, Oz. If you don't have anything good to contribute, you can ask any questions, though. I'm here making skateboards, and I'm here to teach you about it if you'd like to. If you'd like to learn. And if you're going to make a joke, make it original and make me laugh. If you're going to make fun of me, it better be funny. Otherwise, it's just dumb. So, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, now the Gull Wings have finishes on them. So, I'm a big on the feel on grinds. I actually recently, within the last year and a half, switched over to Aces entirely. Gull Wing is doing some really cool stuff with the shape of their trucks. Independent's doing some cool stuff. Slappy's doing some cool stuff. I like that there's a truck competition now as far as changing stuff up. But those have really been my main Indy, Ace, and Slappy. So unfortunately, I can't really talk too much experience on riding Gull Wings. All right, we're gonna drag you guys over here to the press again. Remember, while I'm loading up the press, I'm not gonna watch the chat too much. So I apologize for that, but here we are. Mamba, not bad. It's honestly, so I had one done with a machine and one done with a rotary pen. Both of them felt just about the same. Honestly, the machine was pretty cool. I don't know why. This like sound right in your face feels really cool. But the most uncomfortable part is just stretching the skin to make it work. All right, so we gotta load these in here. We're gonna put 2 in the bottom. These plastic separators keep the glue off of the mold itself, but also keep the boards separate. These are gonna go in this press for 24 hours and then cure for 7 days before they're cut out into shapes. And after we're done with this, we're gonna go into the shaping room. If it seems like I'm being meticulous about alignment, I am. If these boards aren't aligned properly, they're not going to be pressed properly, and then they won't come out properly. And we only sell good skateboards, so can't have that. All right, now I'm going to throw the center mold in here so we can fit 2 more above that. Look at those pretty icicles, glue-sicles. Don't forget, guys, double tap that screen and share it for me. If you'd like to support directly, you can buy supers. If you'd like to get yourself a Life, just go to lifeskateboard.com and get one of your own. You'll likely see it shaped here live. And then you'll have a really strong handcrafted deck right here. And if you're curious, we do ship everywhere. International shipping is a flat rate, so we'd suggest ordering with some friends. You save on shipping, we lose a little on shipping, but we sell multiple boards, so it's worth it. It's pretty cool to have boards all over the world made right here in Indiana. All right. Throw this last separator in here and start raising up the press. As we said before, before we moved to the shop, we had the jacks hooked up to, we had everything hooked up with pneumatic jacks, but we haven't hooked the compressor up through this room yet, so we're just going to raise them up by hand. Same pressure, same jacks, a little extra work, it don't matter. Wow, John, thank you so much. John is a great supporter of this channel. Actually, when I'm done with this live here, it kind of looks like I'm going to be able to start putting my payment information in and actually withdraw my first withdrawal. So the workshop is located in New Palestine, Indiana, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. It was originally located in Muncie, Indiana, but we moved the shop. So that's a good question, Joe. My boss is a woodworker by trade. He started this in 2012, and he has carved his own molds. However, because we want a consistent concave across everything, he did CNC. He did the CNC design for these, and then they were CNC cut. Basically, we just glue a bunch of planks of maple together, create a big maple block, and then it gets cut out that way. New Palestine, Indiana. If a skateboarder is told to get off somebody's property, then get off. No. So you just need a hill and a longboard. We need your wedding cake entryway for us to be able to skate it. Sorry, truth hurts, but the truth hurts. I'm gonna skate your property. What is it? Skateboarders proudly annoying pedestrians since 1972. Where's it at? I'm gonna come skate it. Unless you don't have good skate spots. If you don't have good skate spots on your property, I'm not gonna be there. But if you build really good skate spots with high quality materials, then when we skate it, it's not gonna matter. See, the only time the property ever gets damaged skateboarding is when the property owner cheaps out on the materials. That's not our fault. Anyway, you live in LA and you're worried about that? I got news for you, bud. There's way too many of us out there. I can't speak for all of them. Oh, man. Whew. All right. That was a fun way to end pressing. I am absolutely a smart mouth. Buddy, it's going to be really fun for you. Keep going. I want to see what happens. Have at them, guys. I must show respect to this nameless, faceless account on YouTube. Well, guys, if you want to show respect and buy a Life skateboard from somebody that might go skate Truth Hurts front yard, go to lifeskateboard.com. Oh, because the truth hurts. Anyway, we're going to cover up this glue over here. You ever seen that meme of what's his name? What's Homer's dad's name in The Simpsons? Of him, the newspaper, it's old man yelling at a cloud. Is that kind of like what's happening right now? I think it might be what's happening right now. All right, so we're gonna cover up this glue here so it doesn't dry out because we don't have that much waste here. All right, now I'm going to take you into the next room over here. I'm so sorry, I don't know what that means. That was random as shit, Shell. Was it? Oh, there we go. It wasn't random as shit. Thank you, Shell. So yeah, I actually do skate DKO. Oddly enough, here's the shirt that they sent me. I really like it. You start off with fresh shoes, keep it clean, and it works just fine and saves your shoes. I love you, Shell. I'm so sorry about that. The skates are made for you? No, these are for customers, bud, and they can be just for you. I mean, we make them for you, but you can go to lifeskateboard.com and get exactly what you want. All right, so let's see. We're going to go ahead and start off with this wider stack here of big boards, including a custom bomber underneath there and a longboard on top. This next one's got a popsicle-ish egg, my signature shape, a double knucklehead, and a couple of popsicles. So I've got to put my hair up here because these machines will kill me. Thank you. I wonder if the Truth Hurts is going to buy one. Thank you, bud. It was honestly, that was a good comic relief for me. I appreciate you. You know it, man. When we make a skateboard, we make it just for you. All right, so I'm going to kind of explain the steps as I do them on this first board here, and then we're going to quickly move along through it. Having a great day, Wolf. Thank you for tuning in. So it's important to put your hair up whenever you're working with equipment like this. I learned that firsthand. I usually learn from my own mistakes. That machine right over there grabbed my hair at one point, pulled me in, and I was lucky enough to reach the shut off before it scalped me. So, yep, now I put my hair up. Respirator. So you're going to see me use a respirator on all of these steps besides the orbital. The orbital sander is hooked up to a, I'm so sorry, it's hooked up to a Festool vacuum system. Red, I'm not playing the new skate game, so I can't do that for you, sorry. Thanks, Unholy. Safety first. All right. Thank you. Yeah, bring it to me because I spent all weekend outside. Nope, we don't need eyewear here. We're good. Remember, this is how skateboards should be made, not tell Casper what to do. Alright, so we're going to start off with this longboard here. But I'm going to use this popsicle sitting here as an example. So this edge right here is what it looks like when the boards are cut out. And the way they're cut out is Sam takes one of those uncuts, puts the truck holes in right here, attaches a template to the uncut through the truck holes, and then cuts out the shape right here. When that's done, the edge looks like this, and the edge needs to be at a 90 to the concave in order for the edge router to round it off. If you go to lifeskateboard.com, you can check all of our prices right there. So we're going to start off with the belt sander and then keep on moving. You know it. Keep telling me how to do my job. It's cool. You can come over here and buy a skateboard if you'd like, but it's cool. Alright, so then this step here, now that the edge is at a 90 to the concave, we're going to run this along this. You guys just saw the most material being removed from the board on my end, so that is why that's not important. Oh, but all right. So then I've got to go grab the compressor hose to air up the bladder inside of this thing. I'll be right back. right, now we're going to clean up the edges here and clean the excess glue off the bottom of this. here is using the Mac wheel, and then it's onto the orbital where I'll take my mask off and I can answer questions for you. let me make some room. And I will catch up the chat. Let me go grab my charger I've been using here. That's funny. It is a calming sound, isn't it? Shell, you're going to have to meet Bobby at some point. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Shell, and I know I spoke about her earlier, she's not only my skate park respect ambassador partner, but she runs this group called Lady Skate Squad. It's a place to create a safe space for women in the skateboarding scene, as well as just being an all-inclusive group. She has meetups that I'm sure will start up at some point. Let me go grab that charger. I'll be right back, and some Wake Me Up juice. I was looking all over for the port, and I'm pretty sure it's in my pocket. That is accurate. Great job, Casper. Finding stuff that I put in my pockets. All right, get you guys plugged in. You should get a sesh together. Yeah, Johnny, so he's pointing out the aggro. That would be this guy right here. Originally designed by Lou Ross, and if you didn't see in the back over there, we actually have Lou's original Fickle presses. So if you're familiar with Lou and you're familiar with his concave, just hit us up, let us know. We'll press you something out of the Fickle press. His presses were very different. They're concrete. The concave's a little different. Some people really like it though. You can, Morgan, if you'd like to go to my page and check, I tray flipped a 13.6 on there somewhere, but I got plenty of lines and skateboarding and all fun stuff on there. All right, on to orbital sanding. Look at my chair. Go along here. No, Bobby, we just got a Wawa in New Pal. So I went in there and they had those big monsters on extreme discount. But I should have a Celsius. But I don't mind, honestly, crashing after this live. Which is what happens when I drink something that has sugar in it, so. What's up, Jonathan? So you just tuned into How Skateboards Should Be Made. I'm Casper. I make skateboards for Life Skateboards. So right now I'm just shaping a longboard. We don't get a lot of longboard orders, but we do have longboard presses. These up here on the wall are all template shapes. We press in-house, apply graphics in-house, and all kinds of stuff. Oh, bud. How do I make this person happy? Where is something that isn't a problem if I do the tray flip? Here you go. Are you ready? There you go. Tray flip. Done. That's regular unless the board's flipped backwards. So a drop-down longboard gets you closer to the ground. A lower center of balance is what you want. For a downhill longboarding, so you can get the board moving and have good stability. You also kind of use that little pump as a flip stop. And if you don't know what a flip stop is, longboarders will put something in their truck hole if their board is flat. It lets them push the foot up against it so they can slide. Is the tree clips in here? We're Only he knew I used to down here longboard. I'm sorry, bud. I really wish that YouTube had a translate option. I am ignorant and only know one language. And I don't know it that well. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate you. Get off my property, kid! Look at this, bud. Look what I'm making, Truth. Where do you get your longboards, Truth? Do you know where they're made? Let me think about this. Let me measure one of these templates because that is a great question. The widest 32 we sell. I'd like to see how long these newer boards are here. So I'm sorry, you said a 32. Sector 9 crap, and you're telling me to get off your property? Give me 1 second, I'm measuring something. So the length on this is going to be between 32 and 33, but we have a press that we just made that goes all the way up to 14.6. If we got a board that's like too short or too long for you, just email my boss or message him through the Life Skateboards Instagram. You'll be talking to Sam Koch. He can do customs for you as far as shapes go. Obviously, check out lifeskateboard.com and see if we've got something that fits you. But if it's extremely helpful if you like pick the nose and tail of one shape, or say you want one shape a little bit smashed down. Sometimes that's not very possible just because of where the kicks are on the board. But we can usually figure something out for you. We've got the same concave in a shorter wheelbase and longer wheelbase. Then we've got youth boards, standard boards, the monster press, and a mellow press. Of course, man. You do orders. Yes, I do. Go to lifeskateboard.com and make your order. It's good to love yourself, dude. Thank you, Yogi Bear. I appreciate you. It's good to love yourself, Truth. That's good, good therapy right there. I can't tell if it's the bit or not. Oh, it's okay to love yourself, Walt. You can love yourself as long as you love your neighbor like you love yourself, right? Just like I would skate my property, so I'm going to skate my neighbor's property. Truth, if you're still in here, I really don't know. The Knoll Assault. That's probably not even real wood. Whoa, guys. He blew my cover. I'm using fake wood when I roll it by hand and when I put it in the press and when I cut out the shape and when I shape it and when I apply the graphics and when we send it out to customers and get raving reviews. But, yep, you must be right, bud. You found my secret. No, not at all. I mean, solid wood, it's plied. It's plies that are glued together. There's crossbands in here, vertical grains, just things that, if you've got grains opposite each other, it's going to give it strength in every direction. This one is actually extremely thick because it's a longboard. Let me double check the number here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 9-ply longboard. This thing is a tank. This is going to last whoever's getting this forever. It is very heavy. But the cool thing is you don't really, get a longboard off the ground very much, so. Thank you, Red. That's a great suggestion. Yeah, definitely check us out, Acid. If you go to the Life Skateboards Instagram, that's Life Skateboard 1010, you're going to find a bunch of the newer shapes that we haven't released, including the XXXL panhead of that short that when I took the board up to Castle Bam and Bam had fun with it at home. You can get that board as well. Do I like thingboarding? Yeah. I don't know if you can see how screwed up my knuckles and hands are, but I can do little tray flips on them, but that's about it. When I broke my leg, I gave it a good go while I was healing up, and I was not very good at it. I think it's cool, though. No, Ragdoll has been talking to the to Sam, the owner of the company, and he got some boards from us to try. I don't know if that's where you've been seeing. He's posted a little bit on his Instagram about it. The blue and green layers are just dyed veneer. We've been working with all natural lately, but we have a bunch pressed that have dyed veneer in the center and the outside. It's just cool looking. I'm so sorry, guys. The website is lifeskateboard.com. Truth, I have no clue if this is a bit, but if this is a bit, I love it, and I want you here forever. I hope you know that. I don't mind, man. If this is a bit, I like it. I don't mind it. You know what I mean? And truth, if you want to, you can select local pickup, get a flight out here, and you can come meet me. If you do that, maybe I'll even go live when you come pick up your board. And then I'll have you push your longboard in the driveway out here so you can so I can yell at you to get off our lawn. Fair enough? But we will ship it to you if you want one. This guy just requires a little more love in the places the drum couldn't reach. So this step is generally for cleaning up the edges and removing any excess glue, but like I said, the longboards have angles that the drum can't reach, so I've got to finish those out by hand. Still a little bit more love on this one. That guy's done there. Good to go, and we are going to move on to the next shape. Like I said, we're just starting off with the big ones today, and we're going to get to this stack here of normal-ish shaped boards. And just for an example, here is my new signature shape. I'm absolutely loving it. The knuckle nose is the same length as the popsicle fished out tail. Fished out tail. But I'm loving it. It's been fun. And you can get one of your own if you go to lifeskateboard.com, go to the signature section, and order the Casper signature. The one you see on the website is going to be my old shape, but if you order it, you're going to get my new one. Well, truth hurts. Maybe just communicate with him. I'm sorry, but you're talking to a dude in Indiana about the skate scene in LA, so just remember that. We don't all know each other. That's a bit insensitive. We all love each other if we own a skateboard, but we don't all know each other. Actually, Brian. Oh, wow, Brian Wilson found it. Brian Wilson is showing here. That's rad. So the new shape, I've been combining the Lori graphic and my graphic with a cool background on it. Well, once again, truth, you're talking to a guy from Indiana about the scene in LA. If I had an argument with the old man on my street here in Indiana, and I came to you and I was like, dude, this old guy, you need to fix it. There's an old guy here that's causing problems. Would that be very fair to you? I don't think so. But Brian Wilson, he is the ambassador for Skate Park Respect that got me involved with the nonprofit. He used to clean up Pensacola Skate Park. He did a great job with it and inspired me to keep doing a great job as well. Any way to get a custom made? Yeah, Andrew. Absolutely, Andrew. So if you go to lifeskateboard.com, I would suggest checking out all of our shapes on the website. And we've probably got something that you want. But if you see something that you're like, wow, that's a really good nose, but I don't like the tail, or the opposite, if it meets somewhere in the middle, we can definitely twin that shape for you. So if you don't find something you want on the website, contact my boss either through the Life Skateboards Instagram at lifeskateboard1010, or go to the website and there's a contact information there. So hopefully we can do something for you, but we can pretty much make exactly what you want. Awesome, Freedom. Twin old school tail. Yeah, actually, the wildest twin I've ever seen from us. There was a guy up in Muncie that thought it would be fun to take the tail of our butter knife and do a twin. So it was twinned this tail. It was wild. We're in New Palestine, Indiana, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. We used to be located in Muncie, Indiana, but we moved down here. I live in Indianapolis. You can catch me at Lawrence Skate Park quite a bit. All right. So I'm going to take these two bombers through at the same time here. And then we're going to do the barge. Big guy. We're going to get going here. Yeah, Brian, it's nice, especially it's actually on the tighter concave too, Brian, so it's really fun. Yeah, Waltz, so if you like your nose bigger than your tail, that's pretty much standard for skateboards. I personally made mine the exact same, so I could swap it around. For the knuckle is nice for like varial heels or varial flips, things like that. Tommy, if you'd like to see me skate, you can head over to my shorts or my full videos or whatever you'd like. But right now, this is the best you're getting. There you go. Kickflip. That was a lot of dust, but there you go. You need a board with brakes. We don't do that around here. You know how to brake on you don't know how to brake on a longboard, Truth? It's called power sliding or speed checking. You can do standing slides. Go get yourself a slide glove and learn how to do pendies and learn how to do Coleman slides. We call them Burt slides, but longboarders call them Coleman slides. That's how you slow down and stop. There's some cheapo company with brakes on their boards for a gimmick, but you can do that if you want. We make boards for skateboarders here. I'm going to just always give you a hard time, Truth. It's okay. I skated with a 70-year-old in a vert bowl recently. You can do whatever you want, man. Don't use your foot. Save your shoes. Shoes are expensive. Just learn how to power slide. Get you some orangutans. You know what? Here, go. Truth, I want you to go watch The Quest for Butter by Orangutan. I think it was by Orangutan. Alright, now here's a custom bomber. Look at those little things. onto the router here. And don't forget, guys, if you like what you're watching, double tap that screen for me. Hit the bell up here in this corner, I think. Right there, it might be. And turn on notifications, because I do not. I don't know, dude. I tried 95A wheels, and I didn't like how it made my Smiths feel. But it's all preference, right? I skate 99s. Alright. This one's gonna be a lot less on the drum and orbital. So this is a 7-ply, and this is set up for 7 plies. Yeah, Brian, this one's a custom bomber, so. But we make everything for you, from popsicles to shapes to longboards to whatever you want. You want mellow concave, we got it. We want real steep concave, we're proud of it. All right. We've got the Mac wheel and then the orbital, and I'll be able to take off my respirator after this one and answer any questions you guys have. Let's get you guys over here plugged in and ready to go. All right. Anybody new here? Do I need to go through my spiel again? Because I'll go through my spiel. Oh, sorry guys. Life Skateboard.com. Oh, wait. You guys weren't talking about the boards. Oops. All right, so my name is Casper Jones. I handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards. Here at Life Skateboards, we do everything in-house. We press the boards. We roll the glue by hand. We cut out the shape. The boards go in the press for 24 hours, and then they cure for a week. Real quick, let's do a little walk through the next room here. No straight jacket. I mean, I guess straight jacket, but as I've said a few times, we're really damn good at all wood construction, so that's what we stick with. I personally don't like anything else in the center. I believe that the industry's had some corner cutting practices that they fixed with adding non-wood material into it when they could have just adjusted the process. You know what I mean? Yep, like how, yeah, just like how Dark Star did for a little bit. No, we don't do that here. We just make really, really good all-wood constructions boards. We print them with hand-carved linoleum blocks. You're going to have to check who their board maker is, but it's the same as Death Wish, too. Oh, no worries, Straight Jacket. I'm here to answer questions. So here at Life, we press all the boards by hand. I'm sorry, we glue the boards by hand. I can't press them by hand because I can't hold that for a full 24 hours. Here's what we loaded up earlier today. Here's all the boards that are curing and ready to be cut. Once they cure, they get in here. Sam cuts out a... Thank you, Straight Jacket. Sam puts the truck holes in on the uncut, and then attaches one of these templates to the bottom of the uncut through the truck holes. He then runs that template right along this bearing, and this cuts out the shape. When he cuts out the shape, the edge looks like this. So it's not at a 90 to the concave. So we bring it to a 90 with the belt, round it off right here, clean it off here, clean it off some more here, and now it's over to the orbital for the last step of sanding before we apply graphics by hand. Thank you, Straight Jacket. Thank you. A lot of these were out of my boss's head. I've designed 3 boards, including my current signature shape. And then some of these were, customers that wanted the template made, and then we just continued making it. Some of these are based off of other shapes. And yeah, we got over 77 on the website and several that are unreleased as well. Of course, Tim, sorry, my eyes aren't the best. You can get one at lifeskateboard.com. That's lifeskateboard.com. We ship everywhere. We do local pickup if you're in Indiana. You just come out to New Pal, which is just 20 minutes east of Indy. We also do international shipping. It's a flat rate. We lose a little money on shipping. You save a little money on shipping, but we're selling multiple boards if you buy with your friends. So for dog walking, that would be cool. Or you could just get a board from us with some wide trucks. I don't know which one's the best for dog walking, but I do know that Rampage, the skateboarding dog, skates our chubby stubby shape. And yes, that is a dog. Have I ever been to Sunset in Evansville? Hell yeah, I have. I love that park. I went down to the mini ramp jam at Killer 2 years ago, and I think I won highest air. I won the mini ramp jam. I can't remember very well. I know I walked away with a lot of stuff, but then I spent the night at Sunset and woke up in the morning and skateboarded. It was such a fun place. Oh, definitely I'll be back. I should have been back at the mini ramp jam this year, but had some plans. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling here soon. What kept me from traveling was I had a Jeep that felt like it was going to fall apart as I was crossing town, so I really didn't want to die on the highway. But now I got an old Camry that's treating me well. I've been traveling quite a bit. We went out to Pennsylvania to go hang out at Castle Bam. We went out to the lagoon twice now in Cleveland, and we will be going back. We've got some trips planned. I've got a main crew with me, Chuck, Luke, and Johnny Burley. We're going to be making full videos. So one of those is coming out soon. I will say the BAM video was without a cameraman. So it's very unstructured, but it was really fun to go out there. I've got an entire video filmed of going to the lagoon right now. I just have to go through all the footage and edit it. Just having some problems with my home internet, so hard for me to transfer everything. And this will be the first video I've ever edited on a computer. I've been making content for a decade over on Instagram, and all of it's been from my phone, so I'm excited to upgrade right now. I should show up at like 8 p.m. on a Wednesday. I got a 4.5 hour drive back home from Evansville. That's a late drive. Well, you can get one from us, Dylan, but I'll come down there. I'll go spend the night and sunset again. Maybe Glenn will let me sleep under the ramp. Glenn might let me sleep under the ramp. I do like sleeping on ramps. Can I do color? Yeah, they're over there. At the moment, we've got a lot of natural veneer. There you go. If we have a natural veneer that you want rolled, we can also do that as well. I don't know guitar a lot. Our boards are extremely strong. Big enough! It's actually not our biggest board. We make everything here. So, yes, we do make some wide and extremely wide boards. We make all boards all the way down to 7.75. We do actually have boards that are up to 14.6 now. Why? Because why not? The reason for that was Slappy made a 13-inch truck, and we always have boards that are bigger than the trucks available on the market. We looked at other boards that were about that size on the market and realized all their concaves feel like an accident. Set a popsicle in the middle and satellite dish it out. Yeah, it's going to be fun for Slappies, but not much else. So we made a press that has wheel flares all the way to the edge on a 15-inch press, and we can get 14.6 boards out of that. It's wild. If you go to my shorts and scroll back a bit, we also have a 13.6 with those 13-inch trucks. I was able to tray flip that thing because of the concave. It's so fun. I love it. Andrew, talk to Sam about that. That's not the first time I've heard that. So that might be something he would want to make a template for. But if you checked out my new signature shape, Andrew, I did this right here, and I stole the knuckle nose. It actually has another angle coming down right there. I noticed recently that is flat going forward on my crook grinds, and I love it. Right, Shaggy? It definitely. You can have like a family of 4 have a picnic on that thing if you want. Country, that is the dumbest question to ask people on the internet. No. Not a lot, I'll tell you that. Who are you, the IRS? Just don't do that. That's rude. I'm here to teach you about skateboards and skateboard making. Yeah, so every board that comes out of Life Skateboards is, you may have missed a few steps. The shapes are cut out with templates. We roll the glue by hand, and there's only 2 of us working here. It's me and the boss man. So the boss man makes all the templates, cuts out the shapes. He made all the molds, all that fun stuff. His name is Sam Koch. Sometimes he blesses us in the chat. So, truth hurts. Watch this. The bit's done. Right on. Anyway, I don't need anybody casting doubt on my career. Thank you very much. Yeah, Shaggy, if you want to go, you can check out lifeskateboard.com. That's lifeskateboard.com. No, I'm just not going to talk about the money I make. I'm very poor, so appreciate not talking about that. But anyway, if you have any questions about board making, I'm here for it. You can always up that number for me by buying one of these skateboards. Remember, I don't make money unless you buy boards. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Shaggy. If you have any questions about it and I'm not live, head over to my Instagram, that's Stranger Casper. You can directly ask me questions about things. If it's something that I can't answer, you're going to hit up my boss through the Life Skateboards Instagram at Life Skateboards 1010 or the contact information on the website. And yeah, thank you, Nebby. No, I am not. Sorry, Gabby. Thanks, Shaggy. Sorry, Gabby. I've been with the same beautiful, amazing, supportive woman for a decade. She's great. About a decade. No way, John. So you're getting into skateboarding. Have you checked out all the adaptive skateboarders? You've got Felipe Nunez. There is a whole division of adaptive skateboarding, and it is so rad. That is so cool, dude. Well, welcome to the community, man. I'm glad you're a part of it. I'm glad you didn't take what life threw at you and took it negative. You took what life threw at you and say, look what I can do. I love that. Thank you, bud. So John, I honestly have no clue because I don't know your setup exactly. You said you were a bilateral above the knee amputee. So do you have prosthetics, or are you gonna be low on your board? I know there's a lot of different options here, so I'd love to direct you towards some people that are already doing it so they can tell you which shapes are best for you. This guy's a 10. I think it's a 10.5 actually. I'll pull the tape measure out. Let me grab it here. So John, what I'm going to suggest you to do is go on Instagram, message that guy with one leg. Yes, that is his Instagram. Ask him if he had any has any advice for. Oh, you skate a 12-inch wide pickle deck. So how do you feel about that concave then? Do you think that deeper concave is going to help you, or do you think you want something flatter? Because this is I'm learning right now while I'm talking to you. Sorry, Teddy. Let me measure this. It's actually an 11, Teddy. But I'm curious to know what kind of concave you like, John. Sorry, I just stopped working to talk to you. Nunez is insane. It's like every time somebody says like, "Oh, I can't skate," because I just point them towards Felipe Nunez. Like he's the proof that it doesn't matter what happens to you, you can keep going. I love it. Oh, you sit on the deck. Okay, so we have boards all the way up to 12, and we have boards all the way up to 14.6 right now. So if you go on our website, you can check out everything we got there. But if you go over to Life Skateboards 1010 on Instagram, we have some other shapes that are a little bit wider too. I'm interested to see if wider boards are better for you or not. But honestly, let me think about this. You know what, John? If you could, If you do Instagram, message me on Instagram and we'll work some stuff out, because I've got some people I can direct you towards just to get some advice. But if you go to lifeskateboard.com, you're gonna see everything on there. Everything on there you can order anywhere. We do have an extremely deep concave, I will say that. So I am curious to know if adaptive skateboarding is better for a deep concave. Now I'm really curious. But I do have some friends that are in the adaptive skateboarding circuit, so I'd love to hear about that. All right, I'm going to get back to shaping this here. If you do Instagram, message me at Stranger Casper, and we'll keep talking about this. Because I'm afraid if I lose the live, I won't be able to continue this conversation. Oh, yeah, dude, the coffin is awesome. I actually just shaped one the other day. Oh, wait, it's right here. Ready for graphics. Here's one that's finished, but without graphics. Look at that. Isn't that thing fun? As soon as we made that shape, I did a full edit on it. By the way, did somebody just threaten me in the chat on there? I'm so confused by that one. We're over here having a good conversation. Yep, Life Skateboards. We're out of New Palestine, Indiana, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis, right down 70. Thanks. I'm just some guy, though. Oh, absolutely, John. As soon as I get off of here, I'm going to hit you back, and we'll continue this conversation directly. I love that. Yeah, oh, whew. Shaggy, you liked it? Awesome. Sweet. This has been a great live. I'm really enjoying talking with you guys. So after I finish this one here, I am going to have to hop off the live here, unfortunately, guys. I've got some things to finish up before I head home, eat some dinner, and I got some stuff to do in the morning. But I will come back here tomorrow, finish this stack here, and maybe even get into some graphics tomorrow. Who knows? The scene it's pretty great out here. We've got some great places around the area. Hunger Skate Parks has been just peppering the area with amazing concrete skate parks. So Shaggy, we don't do custom graphics, but we can do a collage. You know what, real quick before I end the live, we're gonna go head over to the studio so you can see what I'm talking about, all right? Shaggy inspired a little field trip, okay guys? But I'll talk about the scene a little bit here. Hunger's been peppering the area with great skate parks. My local skate park was built in 2008. It was unfortunately American Ramps prefab that was then... Where are my keys? There we go. That was poured in the center by the city. We recently got that repainted, and now they're talking about expansion. If you're scared of the dark, I'm sorry. It's dark out here, and I gotta walk across. Careful, guys. Oh. Because when you say custom graphics from us, we can move some of our blocks around and we can roll backgrounds, but we're not going to be doing photorealistic things. You're going to hear my rant about heat transfers in a second here. Sorry, it's dark, guys. It's scary. Mega, it seems like you always come in here when I'm in the dark. There's some light. Find the right key here. There we go. All right, let's get some lights on in here. And we'll take you guys up to the studio. Now our printing and shipping studio is separate to keep dust out of everything. It's a mess. It's a little bit of a mess. But I will show you guys how we do this here. It's okay, guys. I'm here. It's no longer dark. It's all right, Teddy. You can get whatever you want from us. I mean, we make boards from 7.75 all the way up to 14.5. And because we do everything in-house, you can get a 6-ply if you want a lighter board. So here at Life, we apply all of our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks, and here's what those are. So this is a graphic of my dog and the 8-stair at my local park. So this is hand-carved by Ben Blakely. Now you guys have the screen flipped, but this is a relief reversed image. So we roll speedball ink onto here, slap it on the board, roll the back of it, pull it off, and it leaves the graphic on the board. So when you say a custom graphic, a collage is going to be, let me find an example of a collage real quick for you. Well, here. Not a collage, but this one is a Casper collage. So this is about as custom as it gets. This is double printing graphics. This is a twin board, so I printed it both directions. And rolling the background on there. Mixing the inks to match the background. So if you order a board and select the collage option and put Casper collage in the notes, I just do my thing on it. If you just select the collage option, Sam will do it, and Sam just slaps as many of those graphics on there as he can, complementing colors, really cool stuff. Did the signature board ship out yet? Let me find out. Looks like Sam will be doing that as soon as possible. I think he sprayed them at the end of the week last week. I think that was, I think he sprayed them Friday night, so he's probably looking to go to the, where does he take them? The UPS drop-off? I can't remember where he takes them. Getting them in the mail is ASAP, but here they are, guys. You want to see them? It's a water-based polyurethane. So, here are those boards right here. Nice and shiny with that water-based polyurethane on there. Really nice boards. I'm liking them. I'm digging them. But all right, guys, I'm going to get off of here. Don't forget, hit that bell in the top corner. Subscribe. Go to lifeskateboard.com. And if you do subscribe, turn on notifications for me. I don't have a live schedule, so that's the only way you're going to know if I'm live. I'm going to find out from Sam about when those are actually going to be shipping out, Mega, and when I talk on the live tomorrow, I'll have more answers. I tried to call Sam ahead of the live to get some more information, but he's been a little busy. But obviously, boards are done, ready to go. It looks like they're the clear coat's dry and good to go. Thank you. Appreciate that. So that's an army green that comes from our veneer supplier. This is the other green. I'm excited to see it. See you guys skate it. But all right, guys, I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and expect a full video very soon. I'm going to get to editing. See you guys. Wait a minute. My board's going to Kona? That makes me so happy. I had to cop back in here and tell you how happy that makes me, man. That's awesome. Well, have a great night, guys. I'm going to go get myself some dinner, too. Bye-bye.